A self-driving vehicle features a suite of sensors that perceive the world around it, similar to how we use our eyes, and then AI interprets the information, like our brain, to make the driving decisions.
It's a safer way to get around because all of the driving experience that we train and test the vehicle, it never forgets that experience.
Brian Selesky is the founder and CEO of Argo AI, an autonomous vehicle platform company headquartered in Pittsburgh. He says self-driving cars will be safer than humans behind the wheel.
It never gets distracted. It constantly gets better. And in doing so, we're going to be able to eventually, someday, I believe, eliminate roadway deaths and fatalities and injuries.
And that was former Argo AI CEO Brian Selesky with me back in 2019 in my AI documentary as new and emerging autonomous technology takes over the auto industry. America's oldest automaker, Ford, is at the forefront. Its new AI technology to its vehicles, enhancing the driving experience with voice recognition, adaptive cruise control, and automatic emergency braking through AI sensors. Joining me now for our AI Week series this week, AI, the Intelligence Revolution, truck plant manager at Ford's Dearborn facility, Corey Williams. Corey, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thanks for having us, and good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. I really want to know what has changed in the last few years. You've got new technology at that plant. What is AI doing in the truck today, in the car today? And what have you learned over the last few years about what works and what doesn't work with regard to technology in cars?
Well, it's really about what works. Here in the factory floor, Ford has integrated AI on our factory floor to improve quality, be more efficient at the operation, and more importantly, build the best vehicle we can. Some of those things we've done, like Maves cameras, for instance, we've actually integrated 5 million inspections right behind me. We have 132 Maves cameras and 5 million inspections where we didn't have that before a month. So with that, we have actually integrated AI to improve our workstations, to improve our skilled workforce, and more importantly, make the best vehicle we can. Another application we've done is what we call SVT app. So it's a virtual view of our entire plant, and we have what we call a Ford Plus application, where we can go hit the Ford Plus app and see what's going on in the plant from a virtual standpoint, where we can go and take our resources and go fix issues for our operators, but more importantly, head it off ahead of it becoming a bigger problem and definitely not getting to our customer.
I like that. I know you're incorporating new AI systems at manufacturing plants to enhance productivity and boost output. How has that impacted the company's productivity? You've got the new mobile AI vision system already in operation in 17 plants, performing more than 150 million inspections, as you just mentioned, flagging more than 400,000 quality checks. What has that done in terms of the person who was doing that work beforehand in terms of his or her productivity with these 40 new cameras being installed?
So you have to look at it a little differently. It's not replacing anyone. It's actually enhancing our operations. One, it gives us real-time feedback to the operator. But also, it gives us an opportunity to look at things a little differently. For instance, if you have a connection where a human eye would not be able to catch, that AI Maves camera can catch it, create models and say what's good and what's bad, and then get real-time feedback to our resources on the floor to help the operator build the best vehicle we can build.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I am looking at it that way in terms of enhancement because the human eye is not necessarily going to be as effective as the computer. I get that. So it enhances the person's job. Corey, you know, right now we're talking about this collision between all this innovation in business and the idea that it might be stepping on some people's privacy. Does that come up as well? We spoke with Palmer Luckey at Anduril Industries about this, and he was really talking about drones in terms of surveillance, but it was an interesting point to raise. With the innovation comes more surveillance in some ways. Watch this. Listen to this.
China has so much data for facial recognition because they are running this police state, this surveillance state. I don't think that people in the United States want or will accept mass surveillance of our civilian population. I'm certainly not ever going to work on that type of technology because I don't actually particularly want it to be used that way.
San Francisco became the first big American city to ban the use of facial recognition in 2019. Civil liberty groups worried about potential abuse by government.
It will help us cure cancer. I think not just in a lifetime, but hopefully in a decade. It will help address almost every issue that we are concerned about societally. But it will also raise new concerns, something like facial recognition. It can be used to follow us around a shopping mall. It can be used in other countries to open the door to mass surveillance.
Corey, how would you apply that to the auto industry? Does that come up, the idea that you're seeing lots because of AI, but you're also, in some ways, raising eyebrows, and this is not just Ford, this is across industry, across business, raising eyebrows about surveillance?
We at Ford, we do a really great job communicating to our people, and our intent around our AI is really about building the best vehicles we can build to improve quality and cost and efficiency from an operational standpoint, but more importantly, help our skilled workers to make their jobs even that much better. So that is our focus around how we use it here in our assembly plants or across all manufacturing here at Ford.
And how has the AI impacted manufacturing at the facility? You know, I spoke with the president of AI at Indeed this week. She was telling us where all the jobs are right now. And I wonder if you're seeing an increase in certain jobs related to technology, because I know that AI and technology impacts jobs in one way, but it also enhances other jobs in another. Here's Hannah Calhoun on that. Watch this.
If you break jobs into skills, what you find is that there are some skills inside of jobs that AI can probably do today entirely autonomously. But that's a very, very tiny portion of all the skills in the economy. It's something like 1%.
Like an electrician.
Like an electrician. Yeah. There's that big group in the middle where what we're seeing is AI can support the worker in doing the work faster, more consistently, at a higher level of quality. It can help them bring in new data to solve a problem. It can help them quickly get their ideas onto paper, onto a screen. But our expectation is that now and for a long time into the future, that's really, the human being empowered and supported by AI as opposed to AI taking the place of the human worker. And a lot of jobs, probably the vast majority of jobs, where, to your point, workers are going to increasingly be interacting with AI and AI tools in their day-to-day work, and that's going to become part of the expectation of what it means to be a lawyer or a client success manager or a nurse or a doctor.
So what about that, Corey? Do you see an increase in jobs in certain areas because people have those skill sets on tech? Do you need more electricians there at Ford?
Actually, yes, I would see it enhancing jobs. If you think about here at Ford, we use AI with our machines. And using AI with our machines, we can be more predictable. Therefore, we can increase uptime and be more of an efficient organization across all of manufacturing. So that's how I see it. It's really about not upskilling, but enhancing what we do and just make us a lot better.
What a time to be alive, Corey. Good stuff. Thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate you taking us behind the scenes at Ford's manufacturing. Thank you, sir. Corey Williams this morning. We'll be right back. Stay with us.